So let's try this again with the microphone on this time. Yeah, so following on from the little video I made earlier about the absolute basics of the alien system in Foundry VTT, I thought the next step would probably be to show you the starter set. I know I haven't covered everything, but if there is something you want covered, please leave me a comment, pop it in the comments right now while I'm streaming. Yeah, leave a subscribe, a like if you think this is good content, and I might do a bit more than this. So, starter set. I left it exactly like we left it last time. So basically all I've enabled right now is the basic system for Alien that's available for free. And now I'm starting to look at the official content. So what I have done, I've also enabled a couple of the other modules that are recommended in the instructions to Mother, if you remember. So Mother instructions here, that's pre-installed if you installed the system. If you scroll further down, you see here that what's available and where it's available from Felix Store. They're definitely worth getting. And if you scroll right to the bottom, let me zoom down a bit, you'll see recommended add-on modules. So Dice and Ice, Pointers and Pings, Quick Insert, Drag and Transfer. I haven't really used that before, so I have not installed it. And there are two style ones, Alien RPG, CAT UI, quite a mouthful. So that will change what things look like, them looks, and I'm going to talk about that as well. Then there's a Wayland themed UI, and then there's the Alien motion tracker, which sounds really cool. I haven't experimented with that. And Year Zero actions, which allows you to track which actions each character has done. And I have enabled everything apart from the UI ones and drag and transfer. So these ones in the middle I have not done. The other ones are now enabled. So let's have a look what it looks like when you now go here and say, yes, please, I want to enable the starter set. So save module settings will trigger a reload, which takes a moment. The music in the background while I'm doing this is by Skrika. And I've got the Fifth Nature is the album. I've got the kind permission from Cryo Chamber to use it, even though it probably will mark this as a copyright thing. So what I have done actually is I have previously imported this and then deleted things. So that's why I'm not getting the script, the import script. Let's just go into it nonetheless. So if I go to, no, that's not it. Settings, module settings, starter set. I'll just trigger it manually here. The import. This is normally, if you haven't done it before, when you first load it, first activate it, this screen will pop up. So we've got journal entries, we've got lots of things going into our items folder, we've got actors, we've got role tables, we've got scenes on this. All right, let's go and import it. So imports it, and almost all done is loading the first screen, and it pops up the rules. Now I know everybody's keen to just click this away and look at the beautiful picture behind it and say, yeah, let's get started. But do read what it says on this starter set, how to use the module. It's definitely worthwhile. If you clicked it away, you can go to your journal entries, starter set rules, and then you'll see how to use the module. So that's this file here. So what's included? Let's have a quick look through it. We have scenes. Do we? Let's have a look. Scenes are there. We've got the Alien RPG timeline in there. We've got the cover for the core rules. We've got a nice map. And we've got a Theater of Mind meeting room. Okay, we also have some scenes in the other folder here, different color. Is that fuchsia? I don't know. Which is the cover of Chariot of the Gods, which we have in the background. We've got the 4 decks of the Chronos, and we've got the Montero maps. Most of the scenario will take place on the Chronos, so there's a lot more detail for those maps. Certainly when I played it with my group. That was pre-COVID. That's how long ago that is. So, I would like to show you the maps here. The star map, because I think it's pretty good. Now, it doesn't look like a lot when you're out here, but I'm really impressed that you can actually zoom a long way in and have a lot of clarity on it. Yeah, I like that. So, anyway, back to this after showing that off. Yeah, don't tell me I'm not showing you anything. We have actors. we have the actors included here. We've got the characters, NPCs, each with a portrait. And we've got the PCs. So if I open one of the PCs up, you'll see the normal character sheet like I was trying to explain. This person is very unhealthy because he's got a very low strength, I think. And all the things I explained in the other video, like left-clicking to add a radio button, right-clicking to take it away, are working. We've got the skills pre-configured on here. So we can roll straight off there. Inventory, if it was mentioned, the inventory will be there. I guess John didn't have anything. And we've got a little bit of description here. So what we do not have on here yet is the agenda. Yeah, and the agenda will be dished out by the GM. So let's have a look at somebody else, maybe at Lyron. We've got the relationships down here, buddy. We've got the skills again. We've got the talent. Remember, if you click on a talent, it will fold out at the bottom. If you want to get rid of that, click again. We've got inventory. Oh, he doesn't have any inventory. I think that actually, from memory, at the beginning of the scenario, you can dish out some. Yeah, I'll just show you what's there first before I start fiddling with it. We have the items. So we now have something that we didn't have before in the naked system, if you like. So if you go to items, we've got armor, we've got weapons, we've got talents. These are only the talents used for the starter set, not all of the talents in the rulebook. We then have the agendas, which you would dish out to different people. Yeah, so Act 1, Act 2, Act 3. And I showed you in the other video how to create these yourself, but these are all done for you. So if I click on somebody's, yeah, you get the short description. You can pop it onto their character sheet or share it with them if you like. And then they know what to do without everybody else around the table knowing as well. We've got the journals. Now there's quite a bit of journal entry here. If you look at this starter rule sets here, you've got the index, how to use the module, and this scenario. We've got a lot of entries here. So to help with navigating all that, what's included is you've got a rules index and you've got a scenario index. So let me just open the rule index. This is your linked table of content. So if you wanted to find out about character or core concepts of the game, you click on there, you get the pop out here. And when you're explaining things to the players, you can then from here click on show players at the top. That will pop it out on their screens. Yeah, so definitely useful. Other rule concepts are cross-linked down here, like in the good old days of HTML when I first came out. That's all there. We've got equipment here. We've got weapons and armor explained, how that works. And the artwork is included, and the tables are included. So that gives you a really good feel for it. Yeah. So, quite a lot. We have the same thing for the scenario. So the one index is the starter set rules index, the other one is the scenario index. So it starts with introduction. Yeah, what's going on? Not sharing too much, hopefully. What goes into the different events that are going to happen in the acts, in the different acts. And then it's got the description of the different decks of the ship. So for example, what happens on cryodeck? Yeah. So that's included. Then finally, we have some tables. Tables. And the art, I should mention the art, of course. The art of Chariot of the Gods and of the starter set. The free league books are often full of great art. And when you go to the VTT, you may think, oh, my players are going to miss out on that. But they thought of that. So the Art of Alien, for example, you then have a list here of pictures of journal entries that you can click onto. And if, for example, you wanted to show them a spacewalk, you click on there, you get a beautiful rendered picture here. And again, you can share it to the players by just clicking here on Show Players. Quite easy to do and definitely worth doing because your players will love the art. And the same happens here for the Chariot of the Gods. You've got the art in a different folder. There's not so much art on this one. For example, them discovering the ship in the cold darkness of space. So, finally, before I go to the tables, the macros I mentioned already. But last time, of course, we didn't have any creature tables. So now we will see that they actually will work. Those macros will work better. So the dice roller is just a number. We've done that last time already. But if you look here at the creature table, for example, you now have the creatures that are configured within the starter set. You can say which one it is you actually want to roll on. Okay, one attack by a Neomorph, please. Coming right up. And in your chat, you will then say Deadly Grab. The Neomorph jumps and so on. Roll for the attack using 8 dice, and you can actually from here just click on it and you get the die roll. So it's one success. Makes it a bit quicker rather than having to go down here and say roll HD6 and then think about, okay, how many sixes have we got? 2, right. You may also have mentioned or seen these are inline rolls, so they're not throwing any dice, but if you roll from a character sheet, let's just grab somebody. Skills, range combat, you get the alien design dice here. That's what Dice So Nice does for you. Right, tables. I want to have a look at tables. Tables are included here, alien tables, we've got creature tables, and we've got mother tables. So the mother tables that are included are, for example, planning table is in the base system. You don't have to get the starter set for that. But we've got critical injuries on synthetics, on xenomorphs, critical injuries on your own players. Yeah, so of course you can go into here and you can then go to the top and say, roll on table. Where is it gone? Is it at the bottom? At the bottom. Roll here, and it will eventually spit out broken nose. So it's not fatal. Healing time 3 days. Okay. What you, however, can also do is you can use these roll on other table. Yeah. So if you just have this hotkeyed, for me that would be an 8 right now on the macro bar, you can then select which table you want to roll from. So critical injuries. And just do it from here without having to browse through the right-hand menus. That's Deep David Wayland 73694B. Okay. Don't know what you're trying to tell me there. Right. That's the tables. So we have looked at that. Let me show you what's in the scenario now. Of course, if you're going to play this, I'm trying to keep the spoiler free. But the scenes, I wanted to show you the maps briefly. So we've got the cover art, and then we've got the Kronos decks and the Montero deck. Now, what a lot of GMs will do is to just display this sort of map and talk about it. So use it as a theater of mind map, which is absolutely fine. Yeah, you can say, oh, I'm at the bridge, I'm at the galley. Okay, medal up. There's not a lot going on this ship anyway. Even though it's pretty big in the story, there's not a lot going on this. Map legend here is at the top. Want to know what it is. And the Daisy is the sort of shuttle that they're using, a cargo platform. However, if you want to use this with tokens, you can already see here on the right-hand side that it's marked up with doors. So if I pull on one of my characters, yeah, you can now see how it's lit. Basically, it's only the map bit that has been obscured, and I have opened this door previously. That's why we can look into there. The general information that's available for mood setting, etc., that's lit for everybody. So if Leah wants to walk around now on the map as a token, of course you can do that as well, with full vision restrictions. Yeah, these maps are very small, they don't are schematic, but I know that some people do like having this exploration mode. If you don't want that, yeah, if you don't want to use it, right-click up here, configure it so that you've got the fog exploration off or the token vision off, and just share it as a map for all your players. That's absolutely fine as well. Right, so. Right, if you right-click up here, another way of getting to your scene notes is just to go to scene notes here. So they've been linked, and this is a description of what's where and what the equipment is. So I was talking earlier on about getting out your crew beforehand. Yeah, if you want to share this with them, I don't think there's anything secret in there. You could share this with them and say, all right, before you go across to the other ship, what are you going to have? Say, okay, Leia, you should have the cutting torch. You can pick it up from here, drag and drop it onto the character sheet, and it will then show up as the cutting torch here. Now again, like I explained in the other video, if you just left click on the icon, I will activate it. If you right click on the icon, I will deactivate it. If you left click up here, it gives you the description. If you right click on the edit icon, you get another few options. So for example, you can put it to the locker. I'm not carrying it, but it's assigned to you. Yeah, or you can get it back. So that was something I explained in my other video. So what else do you want to know? Building better worlds, of course. Of course we're building better worlds. That's what we do. So items. I explained already what's included. So we have, for example, the armor in here now. We've got the equipment in here and the weapons. So let me just show you that again, because I couldn't show you last time. We didn't really have the weapons. If, for example, we give Leah here the Magnum, it will first go to inactive. You can see the encumbrance has changed. Left click on it. It's now with her. We don't have any ammo on it. So if you want to give her ammo, you need to make sure that you put some ammo in here. 5 rounds. And again, it will add some weight. Yeah, a lot of this I explained before, so I don't really want to explain it too much. But if I wanted to attack with this weapon, I click here on the name. Roll will come with all the stats you've got here. Rolling damage 2. 1 success. That's not enough. I want to push it. You'll see that the panic die comes into it. I still don't have only 1 success. Not actually 2 now. 2 successes. So that's how that bit works. Right, any questions on the starter set? David. Is Wayland featured? Of course, Wayland is sort of featured. Give you time to type something else rather than just corporate propaganda, David. If not, I can bring this to a close. And if there are particular aspects of the system or the starter set you want to know about, drop me something in the comments. No, nothing coming there. Okay, I think I'll bring this to a close and have a sip of my beer. I'll see you next time. Thank you very much.